What's up, guys? Today is day 1508 of us living the van life lifestyle. We're a family of 3 traveling through the US, and we are currently in Arizona at the Catalina State Park. We're just cooking up some breakfast right now, making some bacon, some sausages, hot dogs, and some bread, eggs. It's gonna be a simple classic breakfast for us today. After breakfast, we're gonna explore this state park a little bit. Our checkout time for this campground that we're staying at right now is at noon, which is in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we'll get breakfast going, and then we might go on a hike or two. And later on today, we are heading over to another campground, which I'll show you guys in a few. All right, let's get breakfast going. I've shown this bacon cooking technique many times before, where I'll twirl it up and put them in the pan. This way it allows us to cook basically the whole pack in the pan all at once. And right now we can cook using the induction cooktop that we have because we're plugged into the shore power here at the campground.
Tata.
The head is too big, Spence.
Mama's making a hat for you. I want to cook some corned beef for Rena. Look at this oily mess from the bacon grease. Yay, we're gonna eat, yeah? But I'm gonna cut this for you. Does that look good?
Tata.
Pretty hot, so you gotta wait a minute, okay? Let's start you off with a piece of bacon. Bacon. How's the bacon, Spence? It's pretty good, yeah? You guys saw me pour the lard into this jar. This is where I store the bacon grease. And because there's a lot of little bacon bits in there and a bunch of other food from the corned beef, I added some water there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down so that the bits will fall to the bottom and the fat will flow to the top. And I'm going to leave this in the refrigerator. Once the fat solidifies, I'm going to pour out the water and it would just be left with the lard. Let me show you guys how I clean my cast iron here. So I got a bunch of stuff stuck to the bottom. I have a fish spatula, which I'll scrape, get all the things that are stuck on it off. This does a pretty good job for the most part. And I'll clear the pieces with a piece of paper towel. And then depending on how bad it is with the stuff stuck on it, I'll give this a wipe down. And if it looks like there's not much stuff stuck on it, after a nice wipe down, I put it in the cabinet. I don't wash it. I really only wash the cast iron when there is like a lot of things stuck on it that I can't get off with the spatula here. Yeah, if there's a lot of things stuck on it, then I'll do a quick rinse, usually a little water, and I don't even really need to use soap, but a wipe down, that should clean everything off. I wasn't looking at the time, and there was a ranger that asked if we were leaving today. It's already 11:56. I got a bunch of stuff outside, so let me pack up real quick. And I didn't even wash the dishes yet. So let me move everything, put everything away, and then we'll find a trailhead to park. Then we'll clean up inside, and then we'll start our day. We're gonna make our way over to a trailhead. I want to take us on a hike, a short hike, before we leave the state park here. I'm gonna park here at the trailhead, and we'll clean up in the back, and then we'll go on a short hike.
Papa.
We're about to go on our hike now. The hike that we're going to go on is called the Catalina Natural Trail. It's a short trail, 1 mile loop, and it should give us a good preview of how
Dada.
environment looks like.
Dada.
Let's go.
Dada.
It's not double.
Dada. Up.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go this way. Those giant cacti all over, these are the Seguro cacti. That's what makes this area so unique looking. I mean, this is kind of how I imagine like a desert scenery would look like, with like all these giants all over the place. That's a big rock you got there, bud. We got 2 big rocks. This hike right here is definitely Spencer's playground here. We're taking it nice and slow. Yeah, you're sliding down this little slope here, huh? We go. Yeah, there's like a cactus tree here. So cool looking, right, Spence? Another cool looking plant here, right, Spence? Look at all the spikes. We can't touch it because it's very spiky. It'll hurt your hands. But we can just look at it, yeah? Animal. Animal. Is it animal? Animals. I think Spencer's a little tired. He woke up pretty early today, right? Around maybe 8 something. He doesn't really want to walk on this trail. I mean, he walked a little bit in the beginning, but I think he's kind of had enough. All right, let's finish this short trail. We'll head back into the van and we're gonna make our way over to our next campground. So tired, right, Spence? Couldn't last the hike. We're making our way out of the Catalina State Park and we're heading over to the Gilbert Ray campground, which is about 15 minutes away. That is a closer campground to the Seguro National Park. So the plan is we are going to camp there tonight, and tomorrow we can check out Seguro National Park. This area is just so cool to look at. Just get the endless cacti fields in front of you. All right, we're turning into the Gilbert Ray campground here. Almost there, just a minute away. Let me see if I need to go and check in. All right, I'm gonna go inside that registration building there. If there's anyone here. Oh, I think I need to drive around, possibly. No, it's closed. Nothing. Let me just drive around then. Maybe there's another building or something. All right, so the gentleman just told me that there is no check-in process. I'm just driving straight to the campsite. All right. All right, here we are. We're staying at the A Loop. Let's drive around here. Let's check out this campground. And we were actually lucky to get a spot tonight as well. There was like one available spot. I always pick up these like last minute sites here. I couldn't even get more than one night, so I guess we got lucky. Yeah, this is one of the closer campgrounds to Saguaro National Park, so I guess that's why it's so popular. Yeah, this campground looks really pretty too. You got the cacti all over. And you got the dump station and water here. This is B. Okay, so I think I maybe needed to keep right there. All right, let me drive around. I like how each site is pretty isolated from each other. There's a lot of bushes kind of giving you some privacy there. Hi, Spence. Just woke up from your nap, huh? Slept for like only about an hour. Yeah, all of these sites here, or I think most of them, have full hookup with power and water, which is awesome. Okay, this is A, okay. I wonder if people come to Arizona during the summertime, if it's like the high season. It might be like the low season. Yeah, it's because it gets pretty hot here. All right, one way. I guess I gotta drive all the way around. This is 860. All right, let's find our spot and I'll show you guys how it looks like in a minute. Let's go to the back, Spence. I'm just gonna bring you back. Let me show you guys this site here that we got. It's not a huge site. I think the B Loop sites were a little bit bigger. So here we are. What do we got here? We got a picnic table. There's no fire rings or anything. There's no wood fire burning allowed in this park. There's a high fire risk here. That's pretty much it. There's power there, so we can get the power hookup. And there's also no water hookup at this site. There was like a water fill station, probably by the dump station over there. All right, so we're gonna hang out here for the rest of the day. Let's get the power plugged in. Spence, let's have a little yogurt before we go play outside, yeah? Let's do some yogurt, Spence. Shoo. Down. Here you go. Tonight we're going to be cooking a steak for dinner, as well as some strip and scallops. It's 3 o'clock now, so I'm going to take the scallops out of the freezer here to get it defrost and try to get it as dry as possible so that I can get a nice sear on it. Got my steak here. working on right now? Is it a hat?
No.
It's a...
Ha.
It's a hat?
Hap.
Is it a hat?
Dada.
Yeah.
Mama.
Is it a character?
Mama.
Animal?
Mama.
Animal, kind of animal. Animal.
I don't know. If you guys watch our channel before, you'll know that I cook a lot of steaks. But one of my favorite ways to cook steaks is using the sous vide machine. And I only really cook it when I have shore power or when there's a lot of water, because this is a method of cooking food in its vacuum sealed container. And what it does is it heats up the water to the precise temperature that I want it to be. In this case, I'm going to set it to like 130 degrees to get like a medium rare on the steak. And I'm going to cook it for 2 hours. So the internal temperature is going to get up to 130. It's going to be fully cooked. And then afterwards, what I need to do is I'll just take the steak out, pat dry it, and give it a nice sear. And that'll create the perfect steak. So I'm going to be doing that, the sous vide method today with our steaks. This is probably the easiest way to cook a steak if you're not too confident in kind of searing it and checking the temperature and stuff, because there's really no wrong way to do it. You just set the timer, set it for 2 hours, and I have this already vacuum sealed. I know some of you guys were asking about it. I have a handheld vacuum sealer for these specific bags here. What it does is it'll suck out all the air when I just put the vacuum right here in this corner, this little circle here, and it'll create the same effect as like if you have those big vacuum sealing machines. I use the smaller handheld one because I don't have room for the big vacuum sealer. So this works for me. So 2 hours set, I set it to 132 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna cook it for 2 hours. This should make the meats really tenderized, really tender. And then afterwards, I'm just going to give it a sear. So let's drop it in here. And it should be done at around like 5:30. All right. The meat's in here. I'm going to put the bowl right on top to keep it submerged. And I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to wait for it to get cooked in about 2 hours. I wonder how it arrives, because... Let's try.
Dada.
Cook by yourself, Sven? Huh? Yeah? It works! Oh, you're long enough now. You can reach. Uh-oh. Look at that, fella. Yeah, you're almost there. So there's a dishwashing or hair washing station here. That's nice. Yeah, I guess there's no shower, but you can wash your hair. So this is the dishwashing station and hair washing. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they got this hand faucet here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty hot. Yeah, that's nice. If you want to wash your hair, you can come here. Alright, so this side. Yeah, I mean, we're right there. We're right next to this, so just come here for a hair wash. It doesn't fall. It fall off for it. What do you think? A few cars here that have the hood lifted up for some reason. Like so. What is the reason behind that? Yeah, I think most of them are like that. Not this one, but yeah, we've already seen a few. Any idea?
I don't know. Is it like, I don't know, too hot?
I don't know. It's not hot though.
Not
sure. If you guys know why, let us know in the comments. So I just spoke with a guy that works here, and he was telling me, I asked him like why they put the hood up, and there's actually a myth or belief that it would prevent pack rats from eating their old wiring. I guess people want to prevent that from happening, and you know, having the hood up allows a little light in or something. So that's a little interesting fact.
Another interesting fact. These cactus grow 1 inch per year.
Yes, some are a few hundred years old.
Yeah.
As big as 60 feet. Pretty interesting. And this is the only part of the world here, and I think somewhere in Mexico that has these cacti, the saguaro cacti.
Oh, it's right here.
It's got flowers. It's like little pineapples up here. So the steak is done. I'm gonna take it out of the sous vide bath here. It doesn't look too appetizing out of the sous vide bath, but that's okay. We're gonna make it look nice, and I'm gonna turn this off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some cold water on it because I want it to cool down. I don't want it to keep cooking. When I put it in the pan, I don't want it to overcook the inside. So I want it to cool down and just, you know, come to a kind of room temperature. Alright. Steak is out of the bag. It cooled down a little bit. And I'm gonna pat dry this as much as I can so that when we sear it, you're gonna get a good sear. The enemy to a good sear is moisture. I'm gonna be seasoning the steak with the Montreal steak seasoning. Alright, let's get cooking. I'm gonna turn this on to the highest temperature, let this thing heat up so that when I put the steak in, it's gonna get that nice sear. I'm not gonna be cooking it for too long. I just need the sear. It's already fully cooked, so a minute to 2 minutes per side should be enough. I'm gonna turn my fan all the way up so that we're not smoking up the place. I'm gonna be using beef tallow right here. Just gonna add some nice beefy flavor to it. Alright, now this is smoking hot. Let's put the steak in. I don't need to use a thermometer because, like I said, this is already cooked. I just need to get a sear. And this thing has been pretty clutch. This is a cast iron press. This helps with the sear because it's weighted down, presses down on the steak itself. So let this go for a minute or two. I'll prepare the garlic. And some butter. Look at that. Flip it. The crust back on. And I got my fresh thyme right here. Let's pick a little bit for our steak tonight, right here. Let's check on the steak real quick. Yeah, looking good. And let me get the sides as well. The spot that we're camped at is a little bit of a tilt, so you can kind of feel the oil, the fats coming down towards me on this direction. I'm pretty much satisfied with this sear. I'm gonna toss in the garlic as well as the thyme. And I'm gonna bring up the burner to like a low heat. I'm gonna toss in the butter. I don't want the butter to burn, so I don't want to keep it on the high heat because otherwise it will burn it. Alright, just like that, the steak is done. I don't necessarily need to let it rest because it came from the sous vide, but I'm gonna cook the other stuff first and then we can carve into this. One of the hardest thing for me, I think, is to get a nice sear on the scallops. So I'm gonna try to do something different. I'm gonna use a stainless steel pan for the scallops there. Switch it up a little bit. But I know a lot of times I don't get a good sear on the scallops because I take them out the same day and I defrost them and I let it get to temperature or get to room temperature within like the 1 or 2 hours. So there's a lot of water inside the scallops. And like I said before, like if there's water, I'm not gonna be able to get a good sear. The best way to do it would be to put the scallops overnight in the refrigerator so that it takes out all the moisture so that when you put it in the pan, it's gonna get that nice crust. But because I have a chest style fridge and I don't have a lot of room in the fridge, I can't really do that. So I'll do the best I can, just soak it up with the paper towel here. I'm gonna get the stainless steel as hot as I can. And in order to know if it's ready to cook, put a little water in there. You wanna look for the, I think it's called the Leidenfrost effect. This isn't ready yet. You can see like the water bead kind of rolling around the pan. That's when you know it's hot enough so that it doesn't stick to the pan itself. Yeah, it's ready. I'm gonna use avocado oil, this one. And I haven't seasoned it yet because if I season it too early, then the salt is gonna draw all the moisture out. So I'm gonna season it right before I put it in the pan. Yeah, this is smoking up real quick right now. A little salt and pepper. That's all I need. All right, in it goes. Oh, it's getting so smoky in here. I'm gonna open up the door a little bit. Yeah, it's too smoky, isn't it? We got a little butter ready. All right, the moment of truth. Oh yeah, looking pretty good. Getting a little bit, yeah, looking good. All right, I'm gonna turn the burner all the way down. I can almost even turn it off now. All the way down. And gonna toss in my butter. Just butter it up. Yeah, looking pretty good. And that's it. Yeah, I think the scallops came out pretty good today. And lastly, we're gonna cook the shrimp. Let me just season it real quick. Add a little garlic powder, a little salt, and pepper. A little butter into here. Just scrape up everything on the bottom. The seasoning. Yes, Spencer, run away. Definitely don't discard this butter. I dumped the scallop butter in here as well. Now you got scallop and shrimp butter, like a seafood flavor, and this is gonna be my dip for the steaks. It's gonna be delicious. Oh yeah. Oh, it smells so good. Sit down, let's eat this beautiful steak here.
Mama.
All right, let's cut into this steak here.
Mama. Mama.
Oh, yeah.
Da.
Perfect, yeah? Let's sit down. I'll give you some, okay? Yeah, came out perfectly. Hey. Yeah, you got two? Can you sit down here on your seat? No, you don't want to sit on your seat? All right, you don't have to sit there if you don't want. Mmm. Mmm. Got a little bit of a dipping sauce here. Scallop here as well. Garlic butter and scallop and shrimp flavored butter. You gonna cook some steak? You wanna cut some steak? I think the steak came out pretty perfect. And as well as the scallop and the shrimps. Let's try this scallop right here. I think the scallop came out pretty good. Oh yeah, you got the crust. You wanna try some? Here, let me cut you a piece. We just got done with our surf and turf dinner. I think the sous vide method of cooking steak and really any meats is like one of my favorite ways to cook, because you basically cook it to perfection every time. You really can't go wrong with it. I'll link it in the description below, the one that we have, if you guys want to check it out. Definitely look into doing sous vide if you guys enjoy cooking like a really good steak dinner and like a worry-free steak dinner. All right, tomorrow we're going to be heading into Saguaro National Park. If you guys want to check that out, hit that subscribe button so that you get notified when the new video comes out. And if you guys enjoy watching this video, give us a thumbs up so that it can spread out to more people. All right, we will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Papa.
Bye-bye.
Dada.
Bye-bye.
Dada. Dada. Papa.